Hi, welcome to Hollywoodland22. My new speaker. My old phone. Well, I think it's time for us to go into the other room. Let's have a walk. How do you like my carpet? How do you like the floor? Wow, there's no light in here. Welch's drink mix. See that? These individual packets. You've seen this before if you've been on my show before. See? You get like 6 of them in here. Mix it with tap water and you're good to go. I'm frugal. All right, let me take you in here. We have 2 people in here. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Maybe 1 minute.
Yes, please. I'll be there in a moment. I gotta get this stuff organized. Yes, please.
Is that supposed to stay? No, that thing.
What thing?
That multiple outlets.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
I don't know what there's too many commitments, so I know what's supposed to. I understand.
Trying to get everything organized here
Look at all that boys.
for the evening
I've had just about enough out of those 2.
stuff. There. Okay, there's that. And then, let's see. Yeah. I haven't put it up there in the first place. Oh.
I think I got this light on here. You want to leave the fan on to drown out noise? Yes, that's right. When you live in a big building with a lot of people in it, even with really thick walls, you can hear some noise sometimes. That's right. Did you ever notice that all these apartments they're building across the country look the same? They all look like they're 5 stories tall, and they all kind of have that. It's called brutalism. Brutalism architecture. Like they used to have, like was introduced to the world via Eastern Europe and Russia. Brutalism architecture. It's in Seattle, Austin. The Obama presidential library that's under construction is an example of severe brutalism architecture. It's a term, and they have that in Charlotte, Raleigh, even in the new buildings that the new condominiums and apartments they're building in Los Angeles, like in Hollywood area and some of the suburbs, like in Van Nuys. Use that kind of, all those apartments that they're brand new that are 5 stories with little elevators and like little parking garage looking parking areas to utilize space, and they're kind of boxy looking and stuff. They all look the same. They're kind of like blah. Yeah, they're everywhere. That's what we live in. Yeah. Hey, you. What's going on, Miss Newman? Not feel good? What is it? Your hand? Is that your hand? What you used to do? You hurt your nerve here from jumping into the ocean, and the United States Coast Guard. Is that what happened? You see, when you're a United States Coast Guard rescue swimmer.
Look what happens when you move the nerve.
Look, see, she'll show you. Look, okay. Look what happens.
You get a permanent indent into your arm.
What's the permanent indent? Show it.
I don't know if you can see it.
Is that a permanent indent?
Yeah.
Hey, let me turn the camera around. Let's take a look at that. That's.
Permanent.
Let's take a look at that.
See it? Where the nerve used to be.
Where's the turn around? There's a permanent indent. Does that come from what?
Them moving the nerve over.
Oh, when the surgeon moved the nerve over. Did they knock you out for that? They just numbed you up? And you got that mostly from what?
Lifting.
How many feet up was the helicopter? What's your what would you call that? What's the
50 feet.
the protocol?
50 feet.
50, around 50 feet, depending on the waves.
In the air.
Could it be a little more than 50 feet?
It could be. It could be up to 100.
Up to 100?
I've done that before. Straight down.
Straight down? 100 feet?
We have a diving board that's 100 feet up in the air, and we jump.
Oh my
off of
God,
it.
I'm getting scared just thinking about it. People, just you can Google it. United States Coast Guard rescue swimmers. You should look at their training. Where do they train? Cape May, New Jersey or something? Yeah. You should see that. They rescue people. They're going out in boats, and they don't know what they're doing. And, well, they don't know how to fix their engines. Or they
get intoxicated on
Well, they're
little
pirates.
boats in the middle of nowhere.
Well,
Where?
they're fishermen.
What, down in Florida and other places? Now,
Anywhere.
you wouldn't want to do that in the fall, like where it's rougher seas, like, you know, in Virginia someplace, but people do.
Mostly the summertime is the worst time.
Mostly the summertime. Well, you'd think the rougher seas. You know, the water's a little rougher up in Maine and New England and stuff like that. Could you imagine being on a small craft now with that nor'easter coming? Let me imagine that.
Imagine jumping out of a freaking good helicopter.
No, I can't imagine it. Sorry. No, I just can't imagine doing something so stupid like that. And I'm not the smartest person in the world either.
Maybe you should say you're not the sharpest tool in the shed.
You know, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, you know. I'm opening myself up for the Trollmeisters. Oh, Sandra Little, hi, how are you doing? Oh, yeah, I'm back. No disrespect, but I think you look like Michael Myers. Really? That's funny. What's wrong with her? No, she was a U.S. Coast Guard rescue swimmer. When she was like a young lady, when she was like, how old were you? 18, 19, 20, 21 years old. And she used to be the person in the Coast Guard helicopter that would dive feet first into the ocean. And then they would take like, what's that called?
Gurney.
A gurney down there. And she would have to swim out there with well, she had flotation devices, but she's in the ocean. She had to get training for this. And she would swim out to a craft that was distressed and then rescue the people that were injured and take them up in the gurney and put them up in the helicopter.
Take their blood pressure.
And take their blood pressure on the boat. Put IVs and many times on the helicopter and many times on the craft, on the floating craft. And sometimes it was in rough seas and stuff. And there's sharks out there and there's big fish that aren't even sharks, but they still bite and everything else. So it's what's called, that was her MOS. She wanted to be, what? What did you want to be?
The motors.
Ms. Newman?
Work on the boat motors.
You wanted to work on the boat motors, but
Helicopter motors.
But you took a test in a swimming pool.
But you have to.
Everybody has to go in this gigantic swimming pool thing.
Yes, Olympic size.
And when you're training in boot camp for the Coast Guard, they found out that you could hold your breath for how long? Like over 3 minutes or something like that. And then all of a sudden they decided to change her MOS so she wouldn't fix boats, and they made her jump out of helicopters. And basically, when you go work in the Department of Transportation, which is what the Coast Guard is, it's basically the military. You have to follow orders. You don't have any rights. So they made her jump out of helicopters.
Now you can choose. Back then you couldn't.
There was no choosing back then.
Yeah.
You could choose your peanut butter, but
Right.
you know, Skippy or Jif, but you couldn't choose when you joined the Coast Guard.
Well, you can to a certain point.
To a certain point. And you have to fill out paperwork if there's ever any kind of an incident.
Oh, tons of things.
Like if there's some guy going crazy on a fishing boat and you have to go there and they're shooting at you or something, or maybe some rugs coming on speedboats up through the Caribbean, and then you have to intercept them, and then you have to, you know, if there's ever any conflict or anything, you have to, after everything's all the dust settles, there's some kind of you have to do administrative work. You have to fill out a lot of paperwork. Kind of like a peace officer, like a police officer has to fill out a lot of paperwork whenever something goes down. That's why a lot of police officers, sometimes they just don't want to get out of the car. They're like, you know what, these people like in this neighborhood, they're kind of like, you know how they are. They're always in trouble anyway. You know, it's just paperwork.
That's why. They're like, forget this paperwork.
You know what I'm talking about. Some of you older people. Anyway, who's in here? I'm not in here for very long. I decided to come on for just a little bit and see who's here. What's wrong? Let me see I got to see who's here. I'm going to say hi to everybody, and then I'm going to go. Okay. He's back. Yes, I am. I am back. Are you in America? Yes, I am in North Carolina in United States of America, Eastern Seaboard. Kenny Ramirez. I stopped vacationing in Mexico in 2006. No more Tijuana. Tijuana. That's how you pronounce it. Tijuana. No more of that after 2006. My old neighbors in Los Angeles said, don't go there anymore. Things have changed. That's a long time ago. Somebody on the East Coast did not get the message. We're wearing the Michael Myers shirt. Is this the Michael Myers shirt? Is it? I don't know. Maybe it is. See if anybody said anything. Came back. Great follow through. Yeah, I wanted to follow through and just come back for a little bit. I hate my brother so much. Why? You shouldn't do that. Familia es muy importante. Me llamo es Randy en inglés. How do you say Randolph in Spanish? I don't know. Does anyone know? Melissa Blankenberger, Natalia Medina. Hey, how are you doing? Hi. We were just talking about my lady friend here when she was in the Coast Guard being forced to change her MOS because they found out she could hold her breath for like over 3 minutes. It runs in her family, and they made her like a Coast Guard swimmer to jump in the ocean, like 50 feet, go feet first into the ocean and swim in the salt water with the waves and everything and sharks and everything, and go save people. They're drowning out. I don't know what they're doing. How many miles out are they? Did they get pulled out there? Do people go swimming and they get pulled out? What, by the current? Has anyone ever just not had any flotation devices and they're like trying to stay afloat? I don't know. Don't go too far out there. Most of these places in Florida, do they have nets out there so you don't drift too much?
I don't know.
I'll tell you what, if you go to the Gulf of Mexico side of Florida, and that includes off the coast of Texas too, they got Portuguese man of war jellyfish, which are deadly. They have stingrays. They have hammerhead sharks. They have bull sharks. They got blue sharks. I mean, you don't want to swim too far out there. I mean, you are just a person, you know. You're supposed to be on land, walking and stuff on the ground. That's why I don't go swimming in the ocean. Just a swimming pool.
I'll be back. I tickled me. Tickle. Are you ticklish? Are you ticklish?
You are a boy, but your name hasn't changed. But since you're a boy, okay, that means that this is not for children and you can't be here. Sorry.
Tickle.
What's your drink choice tonight? My drink choice tonight is, well, you know what it is. You think this is Powerade Zero, don't you? But it's not.
Oh, this one is.
It's Welch's. I just put it in the Powerade Zero bottle. But let's make pretend that it's Powerade Zero. Very refreshing. You that dude that married Goldie Hawn? Actually, no, I am not. I am. Ever since I became middle age, I've had people tell me that I resemble an actor named Kurt Russell. But I am not him. I am Randolph, a.k.a. Randy, a.k.a. Hollywoodland. because a long time ago, I lived in a neighborhood called Hollywoodland, which is in the city of Los Angeles on the side of a hill, which is not a mountain because it's not 2,000 feet tall. And anybody that lives out there knows where I'm talking about. If you live in East Hollywood or Glendale or Los Feliz or anything, you know where Hollywoodland is. They got some big houses up there. They got some cottages. You got some people living in trailer houses up there. You got a lot of deer up there. The problem is,
Randy.
what? I was saying something.
I got to put this in.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, look, well, Laurel Canyon's the other way. I was the other way. Yeah, on the other side. Not where Whitley Heights is, but like on the other side of the 101. But I didn't want to drive up and down or walk up and down or go up and down that hill anymore. It's really way back there. A lot of people don't realize that where Hollywoodland, the neighborhood is, where that Hollywood sign is, which is beyond that, is it's really far back from Franklin Avenue. And you know where most of the stores and stuff and it's kind of far back there. It's quite a distance, and it's kind of a pain to live back there unless you really want to live that far back away. It's far away from the hospital emergency rooms and everything else. It's far back there. And it's just a pain. So I just came and lived in the San Fernando Valley for 30 years, like most people do. Smarty Jones 86, you're from Philadelphia too. Yeah, like me. I grew up in Philadelphia. You remember when the Greyhound bus station used to be at 10th and Filbert, next to Chinatown, and all that? You know, not too far from Art Street. Yeah, I took off on that bus, went across country. Stephanie Demos 9789. Hi again. No, Gyro Brown 7624. When did we leave California? We left California 2.5 years ago, right? Yes, we did. I would go back to visit if they clean it up, but not anytime soon. Luke Orders, hi. Welcome in, Smarty Jones. Yeah, I do. There's a lot of things about California I do miss. I like Central California a lot, even more so than San Diego. It's really pretty there. I've been to Laurel Canyon. That's where all the hippies live, musicians and stuff. There's all kinds of people living up there. They have a little general store up there and everything. Those roads are just kind of like, I don't like walking on them. I had to walk down the hill one time and I didn't like it. You look like the dude from Knight Rider. That's so funny. PS3 -2009. You're funny. You look like the dude from Knight Rider. Anyway, I just wanted to jump on and say hello to everybody really quick. I may or may not come on later. I haven't made the decision, but I just wanted to follow through and come back like I said I would. You guys are beautiful. I have to, I should go to sleep right now, is what I should, because I have a lot of things to do tomorrow morning. I have a lot of things to do because I have to be responsible tomorrow on a Saturday. Yes, there's actually something for me to do that's really important tomorrow, and I need to get some good sleep. But thank you for coming on and saying hi. Hope everybody has a good evening. There's a lot of other channels to watch. You can watch somebody on the IP2 network and see what those crazy people are up to. Maybe you can go out and watch OG Geezer or Billy John on the Billy Bard. He has a funny channel too. Cadillac Challenger 1515. Thanks for coming in. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay? You guys stay safe. Thanks for coming back. Bye for now.